Hi folks, this is all the fruit. I'm back to the beautiful city of Heidelberg in Germany. I'm out of my quarantine, and so, yeah, the merry fruit hunting in Germany can start once more. However, there is a slight, or actually a big problem with fruit hunting in Germany now. No, it's not the lockdown. Right now I'm on my way to work, so I'm allowed to be outside. No, it's the winter. The last two springs in Germany I did a lot of fruit videos because there were actually a lot of fruit remaining from the previous year. Well, the main reason for this was that the winters were exceptionally mild. Actually, in some of my videos of last year I said we had frost of minus 10 degrees in Heidelberg. It seems this wasn't true. It seems we had only some very slight frost, but somebody told me 10 degrees, which was wrong. Yeah, but this year some gardeners and exotic plant collectors told me, no, we had minus 12 degrees outside of the city. Inside the cities it's always a little bit warmer because of all the concrete and all the heating and the cars and the people respirating. So inside the city maybe like minus 8 degrees Celsius, of course, not Fahrenheit for our American viewers. Inside the city maybe minus 8, and we had a couple days with uninterrupted cold, which means that the cold also permeated in sheltered places and also into the soil to damage roots and seeds of sensitive plants. And here you can see the results. The Malus baccata, well, the plants of course survived very well. This is a apple from East Asia which is quite frost resistant. Malus baccata, or some actually it's probably some modern hybrid based on Malus baccata, I guess. Yeah, it survived, but pretty much all the fruit are shriveled up. Last year you could basically harvest them up until May in some places. Now we're in the last, well, it's the 25th of March, and I don't see a single fruit which is not dead and shriveled up. The seeds will probably still be alive, but the fruit are damaged, and I would only use them as survival food. I would not see them fit for human consumption. And there are lots of those apple trees here, and in all of them I don't actually see a single fruit which would be fit for human consumption. Here on this one there are a couple which are not very shriveled up yet. They are quite plump and succulent, literally full of juice, but they are rotten. The juice is rotten, so I guess I wouldn't eat them as a human. Well, the Rowan trees, Sorbus aucuparia, the situation is quite similar. Well, Rowan is not very edible at the best of times, and right now, yeah, most of the fruit are shriveled up. Actually, up there I can see a couple orange fruit which are shriveled up, but orange means they are still alive. They still have nutrients and are kind of edible, but yeah, I don't know if it's worth the trouble to eat them, because as I said, Rowan is not the best of fruit even at the best times. Actually, a lot of sources say you should boil the fruit first. And right now, to eat the couple shriveled up fruit, yeah, you can maybe try a couple just for fun, but that's not gonna be a really tasty snack. And for actual fruit foraging, I don't think that this is good enough. Well, here we have some Crategus. I think that should be some Crategus crusgali or some hybrid or something based on Crategus crusgali. Well, here actually I guess the fruit are damaged, but I guess they are not completely inedible. Look, a lot of them are lying on the ground. So let's check them. Well, what do they look like? They mostly still have their normal color. This one has a light brown spot, so I will discard it. Here under this tree there are a lot of them which still have a brown color. We don't need those. Well, those here are like reddish, yellowish, orangish. Well, Crategus, was this crusgali? Yes, I think this is crusgali. Pedicellata was the tasty one with the big fruit here. I think this is crusgali, which has big and beautiful fruit. but they are not very tasty. The good thing about them is that they'll last throughout the winter, while the more tasty and soft Crataegus fruit will die. So let's try them. Well, those are not the best fruit at the best of times, but now, well, they're actually not so much worse than in autumn. They are not juicy. It's basically like eating dough, bright dough or cookie dough, but the taste is not bad. There is a trace of sweetness and trace of sourness, and also a distinct apple flavor. So yeah, this is something you could actually forage right now in Germany. Well, in this case I would almost suggest to rather buy some nice apples at the supermarket, or to have stored apples since autumn. But if you want to diversify your diet a little bit, and if you really want to do some fruit foraging, yeah, those Crataegus fruit, unlike the apple and the Rowan fruit there, seem to be totally edible. Actually, the inside, there was quite an unpleasant aftertaste. So maybe parts of the fruit are already moldy, so better cut them all in half with a knife before you eat them. Also, don't eat too much. Crataegus is a heart medicine. Actually, flowers and the young leaves and stuff, and I think also the fruit are used for heart diseases, and everything that's a medicine should be treated very carefully as a foodstuff. Don't eat too much of it. Just eat a couple, don't eat whole handfuls, and don't eat them if you have any type of heart conditions. Well, folks, those were the fruits you can and cannot forage in Germany after a winter which nowadays we would consider harsh, but 20 or 30 years ago it would have been considered a normal or even mild winter. That's how times change. Nowadays we are almost used to having fruit for foraging throughout winter and spring, but this year is the more normal situation. The last 2 years were rather exceptional. Yeah, so stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos if I manage to find something in the beautiful city of Heidelberg. And don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.